Hodi.
Karibu.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies. You're listening to the BUT podcast with myself, Jean.
And Zaina.
So, how's your day been?
My day.
Yes.
You know I'm sick.
Oh, yeah. I
I'm
keep
not
forgetting
feeling
because
good.
you've got a lot of energy for a sick person.
No, I think you give me a lot of energy, Jean.
Thank you.
No, but no, I'm not feeling good. It's not corona.
Corona.
I'm just bunged up. Do you know that thing where you got so much makamasi, so much
Phlegm.
snot? I was thinking, what's makamasi? So much snot that it starts tingling at the top of your nose, and then it makes you cry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So, are you actually sick?
Don't say that because people are gonna think I got corona. I've had corona, guys. This is not corona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping well.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I'm actually bunged up.
I feel like you're not a very good sick person.
Yeah,
Because you behave as though you're not sick. Like for me, because I'm rarely ever sick. When I'm sick, you're going to know about it. So I'm just like,
I feel like I need to work on that. I don't know how to be properly sick.
learn, baby girl. You gotta learn.
No, but
so people are aware so they can treat you accordingly. Do you get what I'm saying?
that's what I think that I lack in.
Do you know what? I think that's a woman's problem, you know? Do you not think?
Yeah.
Like we can't admit failure, we
just-
can't admit weakness.
And even
Like,
it only gets worse when you become a mother.
yeah.
I feel. But I haven't had chai in a long time and I'm really enjoying
Yeah.
it. I think I only have it barely during Ramadan.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this BUT. No, I'm joking. No, but I am actually enjoying this cup of tea a lot.
Yeah.
Like proper chai I haven't had in a long time. I put a bit of ginger in here if you want it to know. Put a bit of ginger. Put a bit of... What I put in here?
You did not put cardamom because I don't have any.
Oh yeah, you don't have any cardamom.
You put
But I put clove. I put a bit of black
black
seed.
black seed, black.
I didn't put the black... I didn't put the black pepper. You told me to. I was like... But no, sometimes I do put black pepper in my tea. But either way, this bangs. I'm not going to lie. It really bangs.
Yeah.
How are you?
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. I'm sorry. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm well, alhamdulillah. I'm feeling healthy. I'm good. Yeah,
Alhamdulillah. Do you know what? I was sick and also alhamdulillah. I forgot to say that. Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah. You're still sick. Not you were sick. You're still sick. Own it.
But do you know this whole the whole Derek Jackson thing?
Yeah.
You've heard about Derek Jackson, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know who hasn't heard about Derek Jackson. But you know the whole thing, it's got me thinking actually, I don't even want to go into the whole scandal of it all, right? Because
Okay.
I think it's just fair to say we don't agree with it. We don't like it. We don't need to go into that.
But for the people who don't know, you need to tell them what happened.
You tell them what happened.
Okay, basically, from what I know, I don't know too much, but there's this guy. Apparently, he was proper well known. I didn't know
He's
he was
a
well known.
relationship guru.
He was a
Guru.
relationship guru.
He's the Buddha of relationships,
He's of the
apparently.
African descent. I don't know why
He's
that
an African American.
is. So African
They don't
descent.
like to be.
Oh, okay.
They don't like to. I don't know, but
Okay.
apparently, what I've heard from Clubhouse is that African Americans don't like to be told that they're African because they are African
That's
American.
a different conversation for a different day.
Mm-hmm.
He black. I think what people know of him is that he's a very good guy. He's very. Is he like a dad? Or is he just like a husband?
Do you know? I have to say as well. I didn't know who this man was. Sorry to this
Yeah.
man. I didn't know who you were before last week.
Mm-hmm.
Before this whole video came out, I did not have a clue who he was, because obviously.
But you personally didn't have a clue, but apparently he's well
He's
known.
very famous for being a relationship guru, being a devout husband, devout Christian,
like a
being
humble
a good guy. Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
And it came out that he had been unfaithful in his marriage, but apparently, like, he was really unfaithful. Like, do you know there's levels to it? Like, he was on
He
the
crossed
level
all the
10.
levels. No, he actually went. The thing is, I'm not. It sounds bad us talking about this because obviously this is somebody's life, and this is somebody, and obviously he's exposed himself. But it's like, I'm not saying that. What I'm gonna say, I'm not saying it because I'm bashing him. I'm saying it because he said it himself in the video.
Okay.
He basically, in other words, said, I have cheated in all the ways that one can cheat. I did it.
Okay.
All the ways, the texting, the talking, But that's what he said. He said all the ways that somebody can cheat,
He did it.
I did that. So, I mean, let me drink my tea. I said that it was good.
But yeah, so like that's all I know from him. But my thing, the thing is, I'm not even too surprised.
Because people
Like-
make mistakes. People make colossal mistakes. People make bombs of mistakes. People make horrible
Yeah.
decisions in life, and that is what life is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too surprised at that.
I mean, I hate the betrayal, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. So basically, just to mention as well, the audacity. The most audacious thing, I guess. Okay, that's not the most audacious. What I found very, very surprising is the fact that he did a reaction video to his own video. I mean,
So he did a
his
video
mentals are not all right.
coming out saying that he cheated, he did this, he was unfaithful.
And then he
and then
then
he-
did a side-by-side video.
Reaction to the first video of him coming out and saying,
I would love to know the psychology of it all.
I think maybe now, because obviously, you know, with these people who've got like celebrity status, who've got a lot of attention, sometimes they start to crave that attention. And I think that's what
If that's the case,
makes his moves.
there's been others, those who have craved attention, have not craved attention the way this man is craving attention.
He seems like the type. He said that he's found so many multiple ways to cheat. So maybe he's a type to find so many ways to become popular. So he looks like he just outdoes himself.
Yeah, but that's
So-
besides the point, right? Derek
What's the
Jackson.
point? What's the
yeah,
point?
yeah. What is
Why did you bring this up?
Derek Jackson is not who I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about his lovely wife, right?
Okay.
His lovely wife. And all of this, obviously, this has spilled into lots of memes that me myself have also enjoyed. People have
Okay.
been talking about it over and over on the Twitter, on the Instagrams, on the TikTokies. Like, they've been talking about it. And the thing that really, really stuck out to me is that obviously his wife is still with him. She has chosen to forgive him, to reconcile the marriage and to be back with him. And the outrage of it all, that's what really stuck out to me.
People are outraged by
By
her
her-
forgiving her
By her
husband.
forgiving him. And honestly, for me, myself, I can understand why. But
Why?
I can understand why some people are outraged.
Yeah. Tell me why people are outraged. Tell me why you would think someone can be outraged by this.
Okay, no, wait. I said I can understand. I can understand why people are racist, but it doesn't mean that I agree with them. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I can so in understand. I'm not saying that I agree with people
I
being
know,
outraged.
but-
All right, I can understand because me myself, I looked at it sideways, only because the way the video was, the bonnet, the hand grasp, that all that was a bit weird for me. But me myself, I can understand why, because it's a big betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just one. By what he said himself, not by other people, what he said himself, it doesn't sound like it was just one
one
or
time,
twice
yeah.
or a little bit. It just sounds like it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like I can kind of put myself in his shoes, not really, but kind of put myself in his shoes, and I would feel a big massive betrayal, and I wouldn't know how to overcome that for myself. But then that doesn't mean that she can't do that for herself.
Yeah.
So I understand people just stopping there and being like, but he betrayed you so bad. He had vows that he made and he went back to his vow. He's an absolute hypocrite because he talks about women leaving their partners, their spouses, if they cheat. In his relationship guruness, in his
Yeah.
relationship life, that's what he advises. And I can see how all of this can build up to somebody and be like,
Sis, leave him.
girl,
Run.
rethink
Okay.
your life.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but
On the other hand,
on the other hand, I think that if somebody, I'm seeing her as if she was like my friend, if she was you and you decided, even after we've had obviously, because she's got people around her, we have to assume that she has people around her. They go to church, she has church people, she has real people, she has parents, she has sisters, she has friends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's had these conversations already. The same conversations, if this happened to you, we would have. Like, okay, what are the pros and cons? How are you feeling? We would heal together. And then after your healing, if you then decided to reconcile with your
Yeah.
husband, I just feel like as a friend, and I know people on the internet are your friends, right?
they're definitely
As a person with respect for other people, right? as a person who's kind, right? The least that we can do is not berate her for the decisions that she's making with her own life.
Yeah.
Do you know? That's what I feel.
I think that's the major point as well. She has been through what she's been through, and she has made a decision. I think as a friend, not even as a friend, as a human being, we should respect her decision.
Right?
We're no better than her husband, who is no, obviously
hold on.
he has
Wait a minute.
he has like a relationship with her. We don't. But I'm saying that we're sitting here behind the internet, behind the computer, judging her and saying, oh my gosh, her husband did this and that, but we're kind of like not giving her the respect that she deserves neither, because she made a decision. So like, can you not respect her? Okay. It's not a decision that you would make yourself,
even
but you're not in my position.
Even taking away this whatever's happening with them, I don't even know her name. That's how bad it is. We don't even know her name. You guys are just calling her Derek Jackson's wife. Like, you guys don't even know. Okay, I don't know her name. But like, this made me think about like how just culturally as a society, as people, we view like forgiveness as a weakness. And that's why people have now come at her, because they view her being able to forgive him as a weakness in her character, as in she's codependent, she's being manipulated, which are things that she can be. I'm not saying that she's not, particularly her. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm saying that in these situations, people can be going through that. But I think that as a grown woman, not her, let's just take the whole them out. Generally, a lot of people are going through this situation, and as a grown woman, I think that we should let grown people be grown people. We should let grown people make their own decisions in life, and we should respect them, and we should hold space for them in that way. As in, she's already going through it. Anybody who's gone through this, I could imagine, has gone through it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, why are we then putting on top of that, judging her for choosing to be happy? As well as that is like, let's say in the Muslim space now, where Allah says in the Quran, I think I'm paraphrasing, that the best forgiveness, or the best person is the person who forgives and then reconciles with the person. So forgives and then like embraces them again, basically. And I'm just thinking, people who do this, that is the best way to forgive somebody. And it's not right for every single situation. But I'm saying she has chosen that, and then everybody has looked at her.
She's weak-minded.
That she's wrong. Not even weak-minded. You are wrong for doing that. You are wrong for taking a decision with your life. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad. I just think as well, more than that, it just goes to the whole thing of like, forgiveness is a weakness. If you forgive somebody, you're weak, or you're codependent, or there's something wrong with you, or you're just, and it's like, no, forgiveness is something that we should all practice. Maybe to what level and degree is different, but we should all be practicing forgiveness. And
at the end of the day, like, strength is different to every person. For instance, like me, like naturally, like if someone does me wrong, or if something happens, my natural instinct is just to kind of like shut down. It's just to like get some space or just leave. That's my natural instinct. So some people, if something, I'm not saying I'm never gonna say if I was put in that position, I don't want to talk about it. Astaghfirullah, like,
God forbid.
But but for me, that would be the easier option. Like, if I was faced with some like difficulty, that would be the easier option for me to leave. So some people would look at me and think, oh, she has a lot of strength, she's leaving this situation, she doesn't even know what the future holds, she's out there alone. But at the end of the day, that was easy for me. The hard decision I would have had to make was would have been facing it, would have been living my life every day knowing like the struggles that my heart is going through. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think more so what I'm saying is like, no, because if that's what you wanted to do, like if you wanted to take that easier route, if that's what you wanted to do, then you do it. And we can't, because there's a lot of things as well, because we can look at it on the flip side.
Yeah.
Right. I think culturally, especially in our in African culture, like women, like if you ever hear, maybe not with, you know, these smaller generations, our smaller generations,
The basic,
but
you're
like,
not
let's
even
say the
African.
aunties and that, right? Yeah, them aunties there, like
Yeah.
our parents that age.
Yeah.
um your husband, so you're leaving for what? They will say what?
Yeah.
The same man who can have 4 wives, you're leaving, like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that even in that situation, I think that that's wrong. I feel like if you make a decision, right,
Yeah.
and then you can you can advise somebody, but I'm saying most of the times it's not advice.
Yeah.
You can advise somebody. You can say, oh, do you know what, if you happen, this has happened, like, have you thought about this, have you thought about that?
Yeah.
I say, okay, cool, do that. I'm pro that. I'm not pro like, oh, she's stupid, where does she think she's gonna find another man who's gonna take care of her kids? But I don't like that.
Yeah.
The same way, if she stays, oh, she's stupid, does she think she's not gonna do it again?
Yeah.
Wants to cheat always. I don't like that.
You don't
Do
like
know what
the
I mean?
judgment.
I think, yeah, I don't like the judgment, and I don't like when people don't support people in their decisions that they've made for themselves. Like, you're not living her life. On the day of judgment,
oh my
are you
gosh.
going to be there?
I love that.
Are you going to be there? You're not going to be there?
You're not living her life.
Yeah.
I feel like we should put a stamp on there somewhere, because I feel like that's something that people forget.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they always, let me put myself in your shoes. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're not in my shoes.
No.
And you'll never be in my shoes because you're not me.
Yeah, it's not one size fits all, people. It's
really
not.
isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't then begin to force someone to do something that you would do, and you've never even been child.
And
in the
you
same
may
way.
not have done. You could be doing the same thing in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember, right? Mama used to always say this.
What?
She used to always be like, don't laugh at other people because you don't know where you're gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Literally all the time.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know where you're gonna
You
be
really
tomorrow.
don't,
You
yeah.
really don't. But yeah. So when you're saying like, oh, this and that, I just think that even if it's the easy option for you to do
Yeah.
it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
If that's what you've decided to do it.
Yeah.
If it's the hard option, you feel like doing the hard option, and people are doing, no, go the easy way, and you've seen both sides, and you know where your heart lies,
Yeah.
and if you've talked to Allah, in this case, whoever she talks to, you've made a decision. Okay, I support you in that decision.
100%.
Especially if you're a stranger, don't even support them. Close your eyes, look the other way, like
True.
enjoy the memes and keep scrolling.
I was
Do you know what I
thinking,
mean?
don't support them. I'm not supporting strangers no more.
No, you can support. No, I'm saying
get it,
like,
I get it.
don't insert
Yeah,
yourself in the situation.
Don't involve yourself. Like, it's got nothing to do with
Even
you.
me, yeah, I've involved myself by talking about you guys, but only because I know.
No excuse.
I don't have excuse.
No excuse.
But like, yeah, don't insert yourself, like, especially if it's a stranger. Like, gosh, I don't know, but like, yeah, I just think that because of this, because a lot of time people view forgiveness or like being nice to people after they've wronged you or betrayed you in this way, that it makes it so much harder to forgive somebody.
Yeah.
It's not something, yeah, I could say I struggle with that a little bit, but it's not something that it's like, I don't know, I just feel like, how do you then yourself overcome this? Because forgiveness, I don't really see it as a thing of like for them.
Yeah.
I see more so for myself, for my own peace, for my own, and more so I mostly try to forgive so that I can be forgiven.
Yeah.
I always think of that,
100%.
like, because me, myself, everybody does 100 things wrong, just every day. I'm always doing, and not on purpose, which is probably most of the times when people wrong you, it's not necessarily
Intentional.
malicious. And I just think, well, you better forgive for you to be forgiven. And then if you've got all these other things because if you have to forgive somebody, it's because you've been hurt. And it's because they have betrayed you in some other way. They've hurt you, they've insulted you. And I'm not saying that you always have to forgive them, but I'm just saying the practice of forgiveness will only better you in life. Because the practice of holding resentment will send you into a depression.
That will literally kill you from the inside out.
Yeah, like the whole betrayal thing, because obviously it reminds me of that story of Abu Bakr when he was when that whole thing was happening with Aisha radiallahu anha, where she was seen with another man, and they were all like gossiping about her. All went round that she was doing something that she wasn't supposed to be doing, which is not true. But in this time, it all went around, and then Abu Bakr found out that there was one of his family members, who he had been supporting because he was a wealthy man of that time. So he had been supporting one of his family members, and then he had heard that he had indulged in the same gossip, like the same, the memes that you're watching and you're sending it. He had indulged in it, and he was talking about his daughter as well. And then Abu Bakr swore that, I don't know if he swore, but he had said that, oh well, that's it then, you're getting cut off. Obviously he didn't say it like that, but he was just like, I'm cutting you off. I'm not gonna send you any money. I'm not gonna support you anymore, because imagine that, my own daughter, your own family, and you're going around gossiping, and this happens so much now, even worse than probably what this guy did. And then he was like, right, I'm cutting him off. You're not gonna get any more of my ching ching. And then there was an ayah that was sent down, which basically told, I think the ayah, if I'm paraphrasing, was something like, those who can look after people should not stop looking after them, and forgive. Something like, forgive. Wouldn't you want me to forgive you?
Yeah.
Like, forgive others because wouldn't you want to be forgiven yourself? And it's just like, yeah.
Do you know that what I learned from that situation is that, like, you should not make other people's behavior should not dictate how you behave towards them, or how your attitude is towards people. So if someone wrongs you, if someone is disrespectful towards you, that does not mean you have then in turn have to be disrespectful to them back, or you have to change yourself because they had did something to you. Because I think it's like I don't know, it's like, for me it doesn't sit well with me, because I feel like, so my character, my personality is dependent on yours. So it's like, who am I really? Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't make me feel a strong
I think your attitude shouldn't change, but maybe your behavior can. Do you know what I mean?
Your behavior can, but I'm talking more about your behavior in a negative way. That is not a reflection of who you truly are.
Right.
So maybe you're not gonna be as friendly, but you're not gonna start now swearing at them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't need to imitate other people's behaviors. If someone wrongs you, then let that be a judge of their character, not of yours. Don't let your character go down because of someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I've learned from that.
Yeah. Because a lot of time, I remember, like, especially growing up, you'd always be like, oh well, because she like that. Like, I can remember it was like a thing.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody was thinking, well, I'm going to bring that same energy.
Yeah.
Like,
you take it to 100, I take it to 1,000.
I 100% get what you mean.
It's quite a childish behavior. It's actually really childish when you think about it.
Yeah, it was literally what you did in high school.
Yeah. And people are still doing that now. Oh, the person doesn't like me. Okay, I don't like them. Since when?
We were fine yesterday.
So you only like people when they like you. You're only nice to people when they're nice to you. You're only kind to people when they're kind to you. What is your personality?
I don't know. That's the worst kind of person, to be honest.
Like, when you think about it, don't you want your personality to be your own? So what is your personality? So I dictate what you do. Why are you giving me that power? If you don't like me,
and it is, that's why I stopped it, because it was like, nah,
like you're giving someone else that power, and if I don't, especially if I dislike you, you're not taking nothing from me. Yeah, so that's the way I think about it.
No, 100%. But I think there's another way of, like, I think you're completely right, 100%. But I think part of learning people is learning how to be around them.
Okay.
And I know everybody knows this saying, like, if somebody tells you who they are, like, believe them.
100%.
And I think you can go further is treat them accordingly.
100%.
And what you're saying is that accordingly shouldn't take away from your morals, your character, your honor is a good one. You shouldn't take away from that. But you can adjust to better protect yourself and also fulfill their needs.
Yeah, because I think one other thing as well, like, I don't think people should be naive. Like, forgiveness doesn't mean you are now losing your mind. Like, for instance, if someone is prone to tripping you up, every time you go in front of them, they trip you up. are you gonna keep going in front of them? You know you're gonna get tripped up, so you need to change yourself. You need to rearrange yourself. You need
And
to
even
make
if you
sure.
can't avoid them, because a lot of times, let's say the person you have to walk past a certain way
Yeah.
every single day, you can't avoid them. You know that it's coming. So what do?
Prepare.
Prepare. You
Ah.
do a little hop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You prepare.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times people don't do that in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's say for you, you're a kind of person. If I tell you something, you yappa yappa yappa.
Yeah.
Like a rat.
Shut it, please. Yeah.
Like that's what you do.
Yeah.
I'm now going to prepare myself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing to you.
Yeah.
But I can still just because I'm not going to tell you anything about myself,
Yeah.
my personal life, doesn't mean I can't sit here and talk to you about
politics.
you said politics.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means I'm not talking.
Politics, events that are happening, Islam, like you can.
Yeah,
there's
you can
so many other things.
There's
you can
so
talk.
many things.
Not every day talk about yourself and your personal life.
Yeah, and especially if you know that person, they
As a
talk a
man,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think a lot of that is part of forgiveness. It's part of forgiving and reconciling. So you've betrayed me because I heard you're talking to A, B, Aisha, Khadija, all of them about me.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, and I know, and this is the thing though. If you still benefit me in life,
Yeah.
as in you're a good sister. When I'm with you, I don't find myself backbiting. I don't know how, because you be backbiting about me. Besides the point. When I'm with you, I don't find myself backbiting. I get gems from you. You're good vibes. You know what I mean? I'm not doing harams around you.
You're a polite person. You're very
you know what I mean?
generous.
Yeah,
Like,
keep it going.
she's
Thank
got so-
you. Do you know what I mean?
She's got so many good qualities about her.
Just there's this one thing is when I told her something, she went and told other people.
Yeah.
All right, I can forgive her that because I'm a forgiving person. You should try to be. I'm practicing forgiveness.
Yeah.
That just means I can forgive her and then I adjust.
Yeah.
And that's part of forgiveness. That's a betrayal, by the way. If you tell somebody else that's a betrayal.
Yeah.
But I forgave you and I adjusted. It didn't mean that I cussed you out. It didn't mean that I then went and told everybody about you.
Yeah.
It didn't mean, do you know what I mean? It just meant that, I just learned something about you
And see,
and
alhamdulillah.
I've adjusted.
The thing is, people forget, alhamdulillah, that you found this out before it was too late.
Yeah. Before I told you the really inner
Allah
deeper
opened your
stuff.
eyes and you opened your ears before it was too late. So you could have time to adjust yourself without without having a traumatic experience.
Yeah. Without it being so without putting yourself in the position of sinning.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Avoiding the position of sinning. And on top of that, that's a smaller case. And if you didn't want to be friends with that person, you could have easily cut them out. You could even don't even see her. You could just be, all right, assalamu alaikum, and then you never talk to her again, right?
But can I just say, you made a good point, as in to say that, this person, she has so many good qualities. She has this one sticky
Bad one. Yeah, sticky.
a little sticky one there, yeah. And that is part of being human.
100%.
Like,
and you have sticky things about you as well.
Yeah. So I think we should be more prone to forgive, because at the end of the day, you're never gonna meet anyone that's perfect.
Because you yourself
are not perfect.
I don't know why I'm on.
No, but it's true though. We're not perfect. We're never gonna meet someone that's perfect. And if you find a person who has so many good qualities, and one or two or three or four,
I don't think you even find a person who has so many good qualities. We as humans are just trash anyways, right? If you find a person who you benefit from, benefit from.
No, I disagree. I think there's a lot of people with many good qualities.
Alhamdulillah.
100% no. You get people with so many good qualities, especially if it's the qualities that you don't see in yourself and you see in other people. It's just subhanallah, I wish to be similar to you. No, you find those people, but they're always going to come with the negatives as well.
Yeah. And
we should anticipate that anyways.
Yeah.
And we should not fault them in it, because at the end of the day,
it's been understanding.
Yeah.
It's been understanding. And as well as that, it's that's going off of maybe the smaller things in life. And when you said the thing about tripping, the person who you walk past and you trip over, what if that's a place where you have to go through every single day? Like, let's say, what if that's a family member that you cannot get rid of?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they're always tripping you up. It's like you apply the same logic.
Yeah.
You don't have to cuss them out. You don't. But then again, it's very sticky when it comes to, let's say, a family member, and then when it comes to even bigger violations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because then you're going into a whole other thing of like, maybe I can't forgive that person.
Ooh.
Like if somebody has properly violated you, and you know that you can move past it,
Well, you're gonna have to.
or maybe you can't move past it, and you're in a place of like,
I don't know.
I can't.
At a
I
crossroads.
can't. Yeah. And I know that there's a lot of people who have these, not just family members, just in general. I'm just saying it's because if it's just in general, you can cut that person out of your life. Because if they've done something toxic to that level, you can just be like, Assalamu alaikum. And then just like, let that die naturally.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that when it's a family member and you've been big violated,
Yeah.
it's a much harder situation to be in. And it's so much harder to navigate in that space.
You're not going to find someone who like is perfect, just like you're not perfect yourself. So like it doesn't take much for you to be in that position. Like for instance, we're talking about someone, your friend who wronged you, but tomorrow you're going to be that friend that's wronging your other friend. Do you get what I'm saying?
You're going to be the perpetrator.
You're going to be the perpetrator.
The toxic one.
And you wouldn't want that time for you to wrong someone, because more times you're doing it by accident. You're doing it because it's your fitna, and your fitna is something that you can't control. Everyone sins, okay? Right. And if we could choose not to sin, I'm pretty sure we would choose not to sin. But sometimes desires are
them
strong.
Impulses, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you're going to be in that situation where you wrong someone. How do you want people to treat you? Do you want people to just like disregard you, just to cut you off, even though you've provided that person with gems as well? You've been kind to that person. Like the person benefits from you, and you love that person. That person is your friend for a reason, but you've wronged them, and let's say you keep wronging them because your fitna, I don't know what your fitna is. The
person needs to cut you off?
No,
I'm just saying you.
What are you talking about?
No. Okay, listen. What you're saying right now is that I am a repeat offender, right?
Isn't the person you've just said the person, your friend, who every time you tell them something, they tell someone else, right? And you said you've adjusted yourself, but you're still.
I've adjusted myself, but if that person, let's say, so they can't do it anymore. But what if it's something that's out? Yeah, what if it's something that's out of my control to adjust?
But who told you it was out of my control?
What do you mean? No, I'm saying me, myself, is out of my control because you keep repeating offending.
Yeah, you keep repeating offending because my friend has chosen not to adjust herself. So I'm sorry.
You're talking about the perpetrator.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you just got cut me off like that? Let's work together and see what we can do. Let's think of a plan.
No, what I'm saying, right? Okay.
And the thing is,
listen. I just want to understand what you're saying. No, honestly, because I'm not with you, and
okay,
I want to be with you.
You don't gotta be with me, but okay.
I want to. So you're saying in the situation of let's say, do you know there's some toxic friendships, right? Where in the friendship group, the one person maybe is always picking on the other one, always bullying the other one, always maybe trying to leave her out. There's always the victim. Not in our friendship group, I'm just saying in general. Sometimes there's a friendship groups like this, and the one that's always the victim is noticing this. She doesn't like it, but she's always being victimized, and this happens continuously. There's no way that she can adjust. Do you know what I mean? Because she's always put in the position where she's with these people, where she's with her friends, right?
This is a difficult example because for me, I feel like
but I want to talk about this because this is a repeat. Because
were you trying to understand me, or were you trying to bring up your own point?
No. It's something. No, because I've thought about this now, and now you've got me on one, right?
Go on then.
So then, in this situation, what is the sister supposed to do, except dip?
Yeah,
that's what I thought you were saying. I
No,
thought
because-
because if you were talking about a repeat offender, girl, the adjusting is opening the door and walking
My sister,
out.
there's different types of repeat offenders.
Okay,
you
that's
don't
fine.
find just one criminal in prison. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that's what I thought you were talking about.
No, because yours is a bit of a sticky one because that situation there, I feel like it's a big one. Like, even if you had different this person obviously doesn't like you. I feel like it's very evident. I would feel like
Yeah,
this
but
friend
you're
doesn't
but
like
you're in
me.
the same friendship group. That's why I'm saying it's hard. But this one keeps violating you. But you're in the same friendship group.
Yeah, this friend doesn't like. Okay, if people,
Yeah, she's a repeat
guys,
offender.
No. Someone can repeat offend, but actually genuinely likes you and cares for you. I believe that this friend is not a friend.
She's just in a...
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay,
That's what
I
I'm
take
talking
it
about.
all
That
back.
is-
I get what you
so
mean.
for me, that's strange. Like, I don't even see it as
I also see like repeat offenders as people who like don't care about you.
No, see, I don't. Okay, for me, right? I've got a different take on it because for me, growing up, I feel like I've changed, I've matured, right? I'm not that person no more.
Okay.
But I feel like me growing up, I was a person who constantly made mistakes, who constantly put myself first, and I was perceived as maybe like as like a selfish person, right? And it's not something. Maybe I could have helped it if I really tried, but I didn't. My mindset didn't work like that. I was very immature. Yeah, I was very one way.
One-track-minded.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't intentionally hurt people's feelings. Just the way that I was set up, feelings ended up getting hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? I genuinely loved and I'm a person who loves deeply. I genuinely loved my friends and my siblings.
You went. Did you love?
No, I'm telling the truth. I swear. I genuinely, I'll talk about my siblings, to be honest, more siblings. I genuinely loved my sisters, right? You could testify.
No, yeah, 100%.
But
do you know what
I
I'm thinking about?
What?
The time I cut you off.
Yeah, so I genuinely loved.
So we're just talking about our own personalities.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's repeat offended me, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah. So I know from
I didn't.
experience.
Can I just clarify?
You didn't
we lived in
obviously.
the same house. I didn't actually cut her off. She was still my
But
sister.
she cut me off.
I just took a step back. You can't really cut off your sister, can you? We shared the same room. We basically lived in the same bed.
But yeah. So I know from experience. There's some people who they haven't grew up yet. They haven't found themselves yet. They've got a lot of insecurities that come out, and they don't mean to offend you, but they do just because they haven't matured yet. But if you see something good in them, if you see that they genuinely care and they genuinely want to do better, they just don't have the capacity at that time, I feel like you should keep them. Obviously, maybe at a
arm's
distance.
length.
Yeah, maybe at arm's length, and maybe they'll grow and then they'll be like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so in that case, but if the person is not your friend, because you have to differentiate who's your friend and who's not your friend, who wants good for you, who doesn't want good for you. If it's just their fit now, or they are choosing to harm you, you have to know the difference. But if this person is genuine and she has low iman, she just has some personal things going on, my sister, just,
I think you should have patience with people.
Yeah.
100%.
not every day cutting off people,
Not to the
man.
point. No, you shouldn't. No, that
Not
wasn't.
every
It wasn't.
day.
Okay, what I'm saying, because
I've been cut off before, man. It's not nice.
No, because when you say repeat offender, it like
Was I not repeating offending you?
and that's why you got cut off. Like,
But do you regret or
I don't regret doing that.
wow?
No, because I didn't obviously completely cut you off. We just weren't as close as we had always been.
Listen,
we're like a year apart.
You didn't completely cut me off, yeah, because it wasn't physically possible for you to cut me off.
Yeah, that's true because I've cut people off
But
before.
you cut
There
me
are
off.
times where I've cut people off.
So you cut me off as much
This
as
has
you
gone
could.
real left. I don't know what to say about this.
I just feel
No.
like a victim.
No, the thing is with me, because that's just the way that I deal with stuff. Like if you're causing, I can't come and die.
Headache. Yeah.
If you're giving me headache,
And I agree with you.
then I can't. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Like I can be patient until I'm like, oh, come on now.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like
Yeah.
you at that point, you weren't benefiting me
yeah.
because
But
obviously we're only a year apart. We've been literal best friends since since you were born, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm older. We've been best since we were born. And there was just a little time where you just went a bit left.
Yeah.
I stayed for as long as I could, but I went back right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just, and I think it's all right to do that because you can reconcile.
Afterwards,
Like
when
we
you've
did,
got your
me
head
and
together.
you, we are like
What are we-
this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So you can, and this is a good point actually. You can take space from people. You can,
Yeah.
and that's a good point. And I think a lot of times, you can't be Captain Save everybody.
120%.
If it takes away from especially your iman, cut him off.
And you know what?
And I'm saying this because that's my baby sis, and she even got cut up.
So
People
she's
are actually
really
gonna
about
think I
that
cut you. People are actually gonna think I didn't really cut her off, but she was cut off. Do you know what I mean? But
No,
yeah,
you
it's a good point. It's a good point to make, to be honest.
No, that's a brilliant point because at the end of the day, right? Your iman is everything to you. Your iman means
Your
should mean
well-being, your mentals,
everything.
and your physical well-being as well, because it's a broad aspect. If it's hurting you,
No, but everything is connected. If
Yeah.
it's hurting you physically, that's gonna seep into your iman. If it's hurting you emotionally, that's gonna seep into your man. Everything.
So whatever
it's
seeps into your man. Yeah.
Whatever seeps into your man. Your man is everything, and you should put your man above everything, right? But that doesn't mean that if someone comes and they're making your man a bit shaky, but in order to help them out, like, do you know what I'm saying? Let's say you've got a friend, right? I don't know, how can I explain this? Let's say you have a friend who is known to be not practicing. The
Okay.
person has low iman.
She's still about that life.
Yeah, she's still about that life. You came out from that life, right? But she's still about that life.
That's your friend.
That's your friend, and I feel like if you love them the way you should love yourself, like we are told, you love your brother the way you should love yourself, you would want them to see you want to take them out of that situation. Do you get what I'm saying? You came out and you're alive, and you want them to come out of that situation. So you would try, and you would even sometimes put yourself in a bit of harm's way, right, to help them out. Not too much. You're not gonna do sin to help them out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you could. What would be a good example of this? You're not sinning in order to help them out, but you're doing something.
I'm last.
Okay, how can I say it?
Okay, what you're trying to say is don't cut that person off just because you have gone down a different path to them, because you still have a friendship with them.
Let's say the person likes to party, yeah?
Okay.
The person likes to party, but you don't even want to be surrounded by that thing, because that's that was your life
that's
before.
your fitna.
Yeah, that's your fitna now. Oh, that's good. That's your fitna. So you don't want to smell party, you don't want to hear party, you don't want to like, you just don't want to be there, because you start thinking, oh, I can go and I can now behave how I used to behave. But your friend is still about that life. You care for them and you want them to, like, come to Islam and come to the right path and that.
Okay.
So you would go outside that party and pick them up. Do you get what I'm saying?
She can't get Uber.
She can't get Uber.
You just said you don't want to smell it, you don't want to see it, but you're going to go outside and pick her up.
Yeah, because she's just called me she's in trouble. Like,
oh, she's in trouble. Okay, you just made that up.
All I'm saying is that you can sometimes,
or you can smell it a little bit, just to help somebody out.
Just help someone else.
Cool, as long as it doesn't make you trip over.
No, it doesn't make you trip over, and it doesn't make you sin. But when it comes to the time when now you're getting closer to sinning, the fitna is too strong, because now it's affecting your iman.
Take a break.
That's when you say take a break.
Take a break.
You
can reconcile after.
Yeah, but always try if it's in your capacity.
Yeah, which is what you
gotta
have
know
patience.
Yourself. You gotta know yourself.
Yeah,
okay?
you do have to know yourself. To be
when
honest.
it starts getting a bit, like you start now doing haram, you start now missing prayer, you start now, then you say no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You do have to like space. And giving space is a big thing. But I think we should also, which is what I think before I went off on one, you wanted to touch on what you do when you're the perpetrator. That's what you wanted to say. And then I went into this whole other thing.
I am.
So
I'm
what do
the
you do?
experienced perpetrator.
That's not even what I meant. I promise that's not what I meant.
I know, but I'm gonna keep it real.
So what do you do when you're when you find I've perpetrated myself, I'll stop because now I feel bad. I think ask for forgiveness. That's all you can do. Ask for forgiveness for everybody ask for forgiveness from everybody who you have hurt. And I think you should start with Allah, because that will give you the strength to then go
100%
to people. And I think that's what I do anyways. And I think working towards making it better is what people don't do properly. Because let's say, and I think this goes again with learning people, because everybody is different and everybody you need to work differently to earn other people's trust, right? So I think saying sorry is the smallest part of it. Actually, it could be the biggest part. It depends on what kind of person you are, because saying sorry to some people is like dying.
Yeah.
Something you need to work on. But like saying sorry is I think is only the beginning. It's only the smallest part. Is actually working towards reconciliation is the hardest part, because if you've done somebody wrong, you need to know how to get back into their good books, let's say.
Yeah, and also I just want to say that you also need to allow that person time to forgive you and come back to you as well. You can't just, now I'm changed, now I'm a better person, like let's go back to normal. No, it
everybody's
doesn't work that way.
And that goes with learning people.
Yeah,
like there's somebody who has been waiting for you to say sorry so you can be best friends again.
Yeah,
and there's other people who are still sitting in their hurt, and you have to know.
Yeah, because only you know your own journey, so they don't know what you've been through. Because at the end of the day, and the thing is, right, I say change, but only time can tell that you've changed. So if you decide this morning you really do feel changed, like you changed your whole life, like to the person who you wronged, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, it's time. Yeah. How long have you been this way? Because
people
you can
say
also
sorry like it's eating. I was gonna say like it's exercise, but exercise is hard. People say sorry like they're eating. Like,
yeah, like, and the thing is, it's more times don't even apologize, because what I did, I don't even think I did it intentionally. Basically, I just let my behavior and my action do the talking. When you're out of the whatever headspace you are at, whatever toxic headspace you are at, make the change. Like, be the better person and be consistent with it. And don't be discouraged if people don't believe that you're a changed person. Because at the end of the day, no one cares. Like, because you're not doing it for them.
Yeah.
You're doing it to better yourself, and you're doing it for the sake of Allah. So just make sure you be that person. And inshallah, Allah will put things in place, and that will be you.
Don't kill yourself over apologies.
Oh, no,
that's not what we're saying. We're just saying, if you know the person who you're apologizing to, let's say, some people, before they move on, they need to have a conversation first. Yeah. They need to say, you did this to me, you made me feel this way, okay, cool, we can move on. Yeah. Some people, you can say, sorry, pole, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Other people, you have to really graft, you have to plant them trees.
Yeah.
Not even just buy tree, you have to plant them a whole tree. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's different people.
You have to wait 50 years for the tree to...
Do you know, like, there's different ways of saying it. And I think as a perpetrator, you have to know, like, to have patience yourself.
Yeah.
Just because now you're ready to say sorry, it doesn't mean that everyone else is ready to embrace you.
Oh, and also, you need to make time and effort to also forgive yourself, because
that's
once you're out of it and you realize, wow, I was trash.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I was really trash. Like, you need also to like come to terms with the fact that, like, you're better now. Like, that's not who you are. You've changed. You've came a long way.
Yeah,
Allah's forgiven you. If you've asked Allah for forgiveness, He's forgiven you. So you need to kind of treat yourself the same way. Be kind to yourself. So that's also a point.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of good points, to be honest. And even sitting now, I've got like so many things that I would even want to add, but we got to go.
We gotta go. So
yeah,
what's the beauty of it all?
I think to practice forgiveness and to know that there's nothing that you've done and that you can do that is not worthy of forgiveness for yourself and for others around you. And you know what? Have a nice day. And that is the BUT.